Hey guys, Gabe LT here, Big Man Comics. I don't like to be controlled by the news, to be told, hey, you're mad about this today, you're outraged about this today. But it is very relevant watching the elections yesterday and the bloodshed, the bloodbath of just the conservatives getting slaughtered. And I'm a registered Republican only because of like the primaries, and that's what's in my interest. But I've always despised the GOP, the country club elite, the out of touch, the Wall Street versus Main Street Republicans, which frankly still control the party. Donald Trump made a lot of promises talking about Biden's mess of an economy, and it isn't working out. And I get it. Biden and them and Kamala and all the mess they did for 4 years has put this country behind the eight ball, and it's going to take a long time to dig out. But it's not being addressed. And when people feel like they aren't being heard, people feel like the system isn't set up for them to work, why are they going to accept it? See, what the boomer conservatives don't understand, the Bush supporting, the Romney supporting, the people I'm still against and always have been against that. Okay, what they don't understand is the young generation can't afford anything. I can. I'm very blessed. I thank God. I have my own company. I make these comics. I do good. I have a good house, everything like that. But I'm not an idiot. Many people in my generation, Generation X, and many, many more millennials and down, they can't afford anything. And they're working their ass off. And they're not getting married. And they're not having kids. And they're not getting their stab at the American dream. They're not even given a chance. They work as hard as they can and nothing still happens. And the older boomer conservatives, they don't address that. They put their fingers in their ears and they say, in 1973, I worked for $2 an hour. No one cares. Everything was relatively cheaper. You guys had it easy. And instead of paying it forward, you're just greedy more like hungry hippos, just more for you. And you're going to continue to lose the vote to populists like that Mamdani guy, that socialist. He says he's a socialist. And yeah, I don't blame people for turning to that. I wouldn't, because I'm smarter than that. But if you're a young man, a young woman, and you don't have a future and you don't see a way out, why do you want to play that game then? If the older generation says, hey, this is the way we do crony capitalism, and it doesn't work for you and it makes you wage slave, why would you want to be a part of that system? So until the older conservative part, that old rotten part of the GOP understands that that is over, that populism is the only thing that sells because of how hard things are, they're going to continue to take it on the chin over, and they're going to deserve it for being that stupid. So I've never liked the establishment GOP. Tell me what you think. I think they're utter embarrassment. Feckless, weak, spineless.